This is the Lydian spin, and we're not going to stop. But we would appreciate any help we can get because, look, our mouths do not run on gas and air alone, occasionally food and drink. So if you wouldn't mind contributing, no contribution, too large or too small, because we're just going to keep going, whether or not you help us out. Your gain, your loss.
The PayPal is paypal.me/TSD1975. That's paypal.me/TSD1975.
It would help. We're going to keep going. We don't like to beg, and certainly we're not, but actually, it's a fucking command. Take it or leave it. Thank you. This is the Lydian Spin. This is the Lydian Spin with Lydia Lunch and Tim Dahl. Hello, Timothy.
Hello, 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 hello. All right. Well, I'm going to ask you, I'm going to start with a quiz with you because you like to quiz me sometimes. And it's not really, there's not a real specific number.
I'm listening. Yeah.
How healthy do you think orange juice actually is?
Not at all.
Yeah, the latest study.
First of all, I think most of it sits rotting in vats for a long time. I mean, just another blunder on American dietary disinformation. Breakfast cereal, orange juice, totally loaded with unnecessary sugars and no nutrition whatsoever. Why?
Well, because the latest study is basically saying, yeah, this is like drinking Coca-Cola for breakfast.
It absolutely is. It's disgusting as well. Look, I think the only juice to drink is cherry juice.
That's the only drink. All right. Well,
very little. I mean, it's a smoothie is a different thing. If you're going direct with actual fresh fruit or vegetables, fine. You don't know how long this shit has been sitting or how processed it is.
Well, they say so. The study that says if you have like basically a shot of it, there's some antioxidants and some vitamin C things you can get out.
Eat a fucking orange.
Well, there's that. Yeah, because the juice doesn't have any fiber in it either. So, but I mean, if you like it, you like it. And if you like Coca-Cola, you like it. But don't think it's like good for you or anything.
Well, there you go. But then again, most of the American food is not good for you. And we notice that fact every time we go anyplace else, even Mexico City, where the food is absolutely astonishingly great.
Incredible. I mean, it's what the hell? I mean, really.
Well, and I'll be in Australia in less than 2 weeks, and the food there is amazing as well.
Are you going to Castlemaine?
No, not this time.
Because I just remember having really good wine there.
Well, yeah, I'm not a wine drinker at this point, but.
Right, you've moved on.
I'm fickle.
Things run this course. Yes, I get it.
I change up all the time.
So did you hear about the new NASA X-59? They call it the supersonic son of the Concorde jet, and they're doing the final tests, and it's going to go to market. I don't know when, probably in the next couple of years. New York to London in 3 hours and 45 minutes.
Great.
Well, the thing is, I think it would be expensive as fuck, but just like the Concorde was. My stepfather flew on the Concorde once. He said it was an experience. It's like a sports car. You kind of have to cram in there. It's really small.
Oh, yeah.
But you're out of there. You're back home pretty quickly. One of the big things that the Concorde kind of ran into trouble with is the regulations and its sonic thunderous boom. And so then they couldn't go as fast, and then less people were buying, and then the prices went up, and it kind of there's an economic problem. And of course, for public relations, that one that blew up over Paris, that didn't help either. But this one, they say it's like a little quiet thump. They figured that out.
Yeah, well, that there'll be the air taxis and air cars, and in that case, I guess I'll be going further underground. The mole people have been coming up out of the manhole covers in Brooklyn and Queens.
Yes, I have. And
what the hell are they searching for?
Well, of course, people are freaking out. It's like, this is a terrorist bomb thing. No. They figured out what it is, and there's a real culture. Yep, it's a real culture. People are looking for flush jewelry,
Yeah.
coins, money. But yeah, it's extremely dangerous. There's all types of
And
disease.
disgusting.
Well, that goes without saying. But if there's floods, you can get electrocuted. There's all. I mean, you are that.
You're not going to
Must
find
be
me down there.
there must be an easier way. There must be. I
Yeah, there's
I
certainly.
think if you're an insane junkie, you can overlook things. I think that's where I can see it happening. But if you're just like need to grab some cash,
Ah,
ugh.
it's disgusting. Well, speaking about disgusting, we haven't had a story about Florida in a while, so I thought I'd pull this
Okay.
one out. Florida neighborhood calls police on a 79-year-old for public indecency. Then he told the responding officer to jump rope for me, baby doll. Yeah.
What?
79-year-old man in Hollywood, Florida is facing legal trouble after a string of incidents involving public indecency at his own apartment complex. The residents have been calling the cops on him, increasingly concerned and frustrated with his behavior. Tyrone James Causey was
Oh
taken
no.
into custody. Police had responded to a similar complaint about him just one day earlier when he was seen in a common area making lewd gestures, and one specific incident even involved him thrusting his penis directly at a woman's doorbell camera. When the police arrived at the scene, she had her own encounter with him. She went
Yikes.
to Causey's door to speak with him, and he answered the door while wearing nothing but a G-string thong. Imagine that on a 79-year-old man.
I think you and Tyrone would get along. But keep on going.
Well, I'd set his fucking thong on fire, that's for sure. Anyway, he claimed he had the rights to walk around naked under Florida statute 800.001 as long as it was not located in a park. The arriving officer, who was a woman, had to clarify that his interpretation was wrong and that it is, in fact, illegal to walk around in public exposing himself. But he insisted he was definitely allowed to walk around naked and that he didn't know why he was being filmed. Officer was not convinced. Documented and then began okay. Hutchinson, the officer, documented that Causey then began applying lipstick on a 79-year-old man in a thong in front of her and began touching himself and told her to jump rope for me, baby doll. Well,
Oh my
we'll see
God.
how long he lasted. The prison outhouse.
Yeah, well,
I mean,
where in Florida? Where in Florida?
Hollywood,
Oh,
Hollywood,
okay.
Hollywood swinging. He was a
Right,
Hollywood swinger.
right next to Fort Lauderdale. Okay, so not okay.
Yeah, it's whatever. A thong doesn't look good on anybody. I don't care how good your ass looks.
Oh my God. Remember the Cisco Thong song? Late 90s? I don't know
I
why.
would rather not, if you don't mind.
That's fine. All right, so I'm gonna ask you another question. Do you know what Yahweh and praise energy are?
Praise energy?
Yes, you know what this is?
No idea.
Well,
You fill
there's
me in.
it's the new line of energy drinks that are Jesus themed. They're actually these kind of
Oh,
uh,
Christ is all I have to
there's
say.
all these Christian themed
With the
energy drinks
blood of
coming
a
out.
thousand Christ, I wash my hands on mercy. Go ahead, fill me in. This is
You know,
Yahweh.
there was an
Yeah.
article in the Guardian. Some journalists kind of did like a taste test. Celebrities and like,
How does Jesus pus taste?
well, it depends which one. He said Blessed Berry was disgusting. It's like this metallic, artificial bathroom perfume berry flavor. It's just like what
Oh,
the yeah, disgusting.
hideous.
He did say preaching peach was pretty good.
Yeah,
He said
yeah.
that was it was like, but it was still kind of candy-ish. It was
It
like a
just reminds me
lollipop.
back to it reminds me back to those Cisco wine coolers, which were like
Oh
narcotics. They
God.
had a really good peach drink, but I mean, one of them would knock you out, no problem, no doubt. Had to get rid of those. Too many kids were like supping on the peach.
Yeah. So I mean, for loco, all that stuff. But I guess because every other influencer, garbage celebrity, Kardashians has an energy drink now. So
God.
the commodified Christian uh business world thought we got to
Yeah,
jump
of
on this,
course.
jump
Yeah,
on
of
this.
course.
And so there's definitely there's a whole line there's competitors. I mean, there's
I'm
not
gonna
one
I'm
company.
gonna invent an entropy drink that just turns you into a slob watching not even forensics, but car chase from LA 24/7. Yeah.
Have you even tried an energy drink before?
Do you think I need to?
No, you don't need to. I'm just curious. I mean,
No, I never even tasted
yeah.
Gatorade.
Interesting. Okay. All right.
I just know, believe it or not, I'm kind of careful about what I stick in my mouth at this
I
point.
no, I believe it. I believe it. I mean, you'll drink water, coffee, and whiskey.
Maybe one coffee a day. I used to drink a lot more coffee. It just doesn't have the same effect, but
Doesn't do anymore.
has to be a certain thickness. I was spoiled living in Barcelona. It has to be a certain thickness, a certain density. It
Yep.
has to be, what I like is a triple espresso with a little bit of half and half and some sugar over ice, but I got to make it myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, very picky.
Fair enough.
Coffee,
What
whatever.
is if you were to drink tea, what is your go-to?
Hmm. Well, maybe oolong, but no.
Interesting.
I'm not big on. I mean, of course, green tea. Go ahead. Tea
Sure, sure,
is
sure.
tea is. People should drink more tea, less coffee, and less everything else. I mean, especially there's a lot of antioxidant teas, but also, I mean, at this point, tea has also been noticed for having a lot of fucking plastics in it. Isn't
My
that crazy?
microplastics, yes. I mean,
Oh my God,
those
there's
tea,
nothing safe. There's
the
nothing
two
safe.
bags, they have a lot of plastics
Yeah,
in it. Yes,
yeah,
I mean, they
yeah.
say definitely get, in my neighborhood, I have always like a Chinese market and places where you can get like really good teas in a jar, and that's the way to go.
Yeah,
But
and who knows where they came from. But you know what? There is a solution to a lot of this, like more about the pollution and everything one drinks, especially water, than microplastics. But and the Japanese know this, which is like charcoal in the water.
yes, yes,
It really
yeah,
absorbs a lot of the crap. I mean, and also charcoal, I mean, as we know, when you're illin, it absorbs a lot of the crap.
yes, it
And then
does.
you shit black, which is better than shitting baby yellow. I'm sorry, I
Correct.
had to go
No, correct.
there.
Well, when you're talking about charcoal in the water, I immediately think of the trend that happened. You don't see it as much, but about 5, 10 years ago, the frozen stones substitute for ice cubes. They don't
Oh,
melt, but
I have some of those. I have
yes.
frozen bullets and frozen whiskey stones. Yeah.
I mean, do they work? I guess if you don't want to
They keep
dilute,
your drink colder longer, but
they do. Interesting.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they don't melt. All
Well,
right.
they don't melt, but the process of melting creates a different reaction of making it super cold. I don't know. Anyhow, yeah. Anyhow, I guess you do have a good point. Yeah. All right. I don't know. I don't have any more stories. I
I
mean,
don't know. I mean, look, there's so much comedy going on right now in the House of Commons and in the constitutional rejects who are trying to pass everything that will corrupt and ruin this country even further. So it's just a comedy of error and terror at the
oh yeah.
moment.
Anyway,
I can't even speak on it.
with the backdrop of the White House, which is half a demolition site and half a
Well,
wrestling ring,
apropos. Yeah.
half a wrestling ring, and I guess what I've heard is the MC of the night of the wrestling match will be Erica Kirk. It's
Oh
really
my God. Well, I mean,
insane.
his big hoopla, which he was his Lollapalooza that he was trying to stage at the White House. I mean, everybody's dropped out because people were just, conned into it. So when even Millie Vanilla drops out, the only one left standing is Vanilla Ice. Well, there you go. That pretty much is apropos for,
Well,
Trump.
I
He'll
just
be
thought
the
about that.
star.
Since one of the Milli Vanilli guys is dead, if the other one joined Vanilla Ice, they could be Milli Vanilla Ice.
I mean, who even invited any of these people, and without telling them that, oh yeah, well, oh no, oh, it's not partisan. No, it's a poopathon.
Well, there were some people that said like they just saw their name up there. It's like no one told me about this.
Yes,
I
well,
don't know what's going on.
I
All
wouldn't
right.
mind going hand to hand with Kid Rock.
Well,
I'd take him
he
out with one throat punch.
he did threaten America if the Republicans lose the midterms, he's not going to
Dra-
make any more music.
Oh, glory. Well, well, tragedy strikes again in his own fucking ego.
so so for people out there who don't vote or they don't feel like there's any
Or
need
don't
to,
vote or
and
vote.
they really hate Kid Rock, this is
Yeah.
your incentive. You could end his music.
Well, I thought he ended with his first track anyway, but that's all right. I mean, he's just a rich bitch crybaby, and let him go. I don't give a
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, that's true.
I
That's
don't care.
true.
There's so much
That's
music
true.
one doesn't want to listen to. What does it matter? You find what you like, you
It
try
doesn't.
to investigate something else that'll fucking make your nipples hard. And if it doesn't, I mean, Kid Rock to me is like a dingle danger and do not go there. I mean, I was like, God damn. I mean, my
Totally.
clit would retract. I'm sorry, I just said that, but I had to.
Hmm.
We're a little frisky right now. I got shit to do. All right, I gotta tie
Yes.
this up.
Yeah. All
I
right.
gotta tie it up,
Please
Timmy,
do.
because I leave tomorrow. I leave for LA and then I'm off to Australia. I got shit to do.
You got
This
a
is
lot to do.
Lydia and
Yes.
Spin. We have Lydia lunch. Tim Dahl. That's where we are. And that's where we'll be. See you later. Chris can't see us, but that's all right.
This is the Lydian Spin. This is Tim Dahl, the main host, and who the podcast is named after, Lydia Lunch herself, or she likes to say himself, um, or both. She is in the middle of multiple interviews and podcasts herself to prepare for her Australian tour, which is coming right up. We just got back from South America, and now she's off to that. But that doesn't change us from going forward. And it's very exciting to have this guest this week, Reg Bloor, who I've known for a while, who I haven't seen for a while, but I'm looking at you right now, who we're going to talk about her life and all that stuff. But the main reason, she is organizing and leading a major production, Glenn Branca's Symphony No. 13, Hallucination City, for 100 guitars. That's a major undertaking, and it's going to be at Lincoln Center. I'm playing bass in it, which I'm excited about. But I can only imagine, Reg, and welcome, that this is just taking a lot of your time and effort. It's I can't imagine. It's a hard thing to pull together, I'd imagine.
It's pretty all consuming. But the hardest parts of it I have done before, did for a living for several years.
Yep,
Conducting is a new challenge for me that I hadn't done before, and I am conducting the piece at Lincoln Center.
you are okay. Yes,
Yes. But yeah, organizing the players is what I have done for a living for many years.
yep. And I'm actually, just out of curiosity, I'm just excited about the whole process. Is very interesting to me. I actually want to see how it's pulled off, because I'm just curious. I want to know. So let's kind of go back before we even talk more about this actual production. You're a guitarist. You meet. I mean, you were in bands and doing stuff before you even met Glenn, right?
Yes.
And did you meet him in Boston or in New York or?
I met him in New York, but I was living in Boston and making trips to New York to see shows. It's when Tonic and was still open and when the
Yep.
Knitting Factory was still interesting. And so I would come down, take the bus down and see shows.
Yeah. So, and then you guys fell in love.
Yeah. I was playing in a band in Boston at the time called Twitcher, and we moved to New York in '99 after I had met Glenn at the Knitting Factory. And the band broke up in the process of moving. But I had met Glenn the year prior when he was doing a show there with Zev, Rudolph
Yep.
Gray, Marianne Amershey, and Margaret DeWeiss. And I had slipped a tape in his bag. And
Ooh.
and then he was selling books off his website at the time. So I bought a couple of Jack Womack books off of him. And we started corresponding. So when I moved down, um, I told him I was in New York and he invited me over. And he saw the name Reg. He had forgotten meeting me, or he had forgotten my name. And he saw the Reg and was picturing some cross between Reg Presley from the Trogs and Blank Reg from Max Headroom or something.
Okay.
But then he put the two together once we met, and then he did remember the meeting. As soon as he found out I could read music, he asked me to play in the ensemble.
Put you to
And
work.
yeah, he put me to work. And we hit it off.
Well, that's nice. I actually hadn't met you until after he passed.
That actually isn't true, but you
Is
keep
that
saying
is that is that not true?
it's
Okay.
not. No.
Oh, okay. I have my memory is
We
bad.
played on bills together before
But
that.
it was before that. See, that's all a haze. I think this pandemic fuck up my brain. So anyhow, let's go back. So you meet him. Were you a fan of his works
Very
for a
much so.
long time?
Yeah, very much so. Yeah.
And so let's talk about you and your music. So you started playing guitar. Did you, was it rock and roll that got you into music, or were you into other music before that, or what was your journey?
I started playing piano when I was 5 years old. I took lessons from the church lady. Um,
Mhm.
and after about 4 years, my dad made me quit because he didn't like spending the $3 a week. He's a cheap bastard. Um, and so I tried a few other instruments. I played, I tried to play the drums. I tried to play the cornet, never got the hang of it, sang in the school choir. When I was 11, my parents split up. And so when I was interested in the guitar, my mom thought it was the perfect thing to piss off my dad. So,
Whoa.
so she let me do it. And
And was it electric guitar? Was your first guitar?
uh, I had an acoustic for a while, but I've had the Les Paul since I was 14.
So you actually, your first electric guitar was a Les Paul?
The same Les Paul, yeah. I
I
paid
mean,
750 for it a month before Appetite for Destruction broke. If I'd bought it a month later, I wouldn't have been able to afford it.
did it really, did Slash really bring up the cost of a Les Paul that much?
Oh yeah, in the mid 80s, you couldn't give Les Pauls away. No, everybody's playing like pointy guitars.
Right. Shredder
Yeah.
post Eddie Van Halen guitars. Uh, so yeah, but the Les Paul's okay. I did not know that. And Les Paul's kind of heavy in many ways, but all right. So well done with that. So then,
Considered
so you
like
go,
old fashioned.
yeah, but they fucking sound great. So then you move to Boston, you go to school, you take it more seriously, and then basically you want to get out of Boston, I guess. And it was like, is this how you got through Glenn, kind of?
Kind of, yeah. I was playing in Boston, and everybody in Boston is in college. So,
Yeah.
you're 25, you're kind of age out of it. And at the time, that was like right when the Rat closed and a bunch of other clubs were closing. There were rumors that other clubs were closing, and it just made sense to move to New York because I was going to these shows
Well,
and
Boston doesn't really have a nightlife. I mean, the bars close early, and that's a huge part of it. And then, as you said, students. So it's more about theorizing than realizing. So yeah, you had to
well,
get
I
out.
mean, the Middle East was there, and Jacques
Sure,
was there, and
sure. Oh,
O'Brien.
Jacques. I forgot about
Yeah,
Jacques.
Jacques.
I
Um,
played Jacques before. That's
yeah,
funny.
Jacques was great. It was in the basement of a drag club,
Yep.
so you didn't have to worry about Jacques showing up to beat people up. Um, but there was the Rat, which had just closed at the time. So yeah, I'd kind of grown out of it, and I was, when I was in Boston, Reeves Caprels was living in Boston, and
That's right.
he was nuts. He would have like 4 days off from a Bowie tour and do 4 shows with 4 different bands. And I would go see them because I was a young guitar player. It was a big influence on me.
How
And
did
he
he? How did? Go ahead.
and he was the one who actually introduced me to Glenn's music. And then from there, I went backwards and got into no wave and experimental music.
So Reeves, how the fuck did he get that Bowie gig? I mean, he's a great player, but like, how did Bowie even find out about him?
His wife at the time was Bowie's publicist or something.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
And they became friends before Bowie found out that he played guitar.
Well, that helps. And so, and do you still stay in touch with him?
Yeah, we did some shows together in 2024.
So he's not going to be on the this production.
No, he's in Europe with The Cure now.
Oh, he got that gig. Okay. All right. Well, he's in.
This
Um,
interview isn't about him.
yeah, yeah,
Uh,
exactly.
but yeah, that's kind of what led me down the path to Glenn and to No Wave. And then at the time, there was the neo no wave thing happening. There was like Mount Banana was just starting to play in the US, and Arab on Radar was from Providence, but
Oh yeah, I love him.
they played Boston a lot, and I went to see them a lot.
And Jacques a lot, I think.
And Jacques, yeah.
Yes, yes. Um,
And that was how I met Weasel. I ended up on the bill with Erebon Radar on the Flying Luttenbachers at the Middle East upstairs in
okay.
99.
Okay. I mean, did you check out a lot more? Obviously Airborne Radar, but the other Providence bands, were you like, I guess Lightning Bolt at the time and all
Yeah,
those?
Lightning Bolt, and because I mean Boston and Providence, it might as well have
It's
been the
an
same team.
hour away, exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, so then you're kind of just in that, as you said, like neo no wave scene, and then which leads you to going to New York and starting your life with Glenn. Once you obviously you were saying earlier, you found out you read music and kind of put you to work. What does that professional and personal relationship start looking like? You guys are kind of just kind of match made and wherever, and you're living together, but you're also working together. And it's just kind of a seamless existence of music and partnership.
Pretty
And
much, yeah. You know,
I mean, would he bounce ideas off of you and vice versa, or would you guys listen to music together? I mean, what was that like? I mean, I never met Glenn. How was that? What was that relationship like?
he thought about music and art and whatever all the time. We'd be walking down the street and he'd hear some sound, or he'd see some scene that would be a great painting, or these people talk that would be a great play, or like constantly like ideas all the time.
Yeah, I wonder what he would. I mean, in the era of AI, if his brain is going like that, he would have just been feeding, or maybe he wouldn't. I don't know, but just the idea that you could just feed these things and get these things realized. He started before he was pursued music. I assume he played music his whole life, but he was more into experimental theater, correct?
He was a theater kid growing up, and he studied theater at Emerson. And when he came to New York, it was to do a theater like Richard Foreman style, like
Sure,
experimental theater. Yeah.
sure. Um, so okay, so then but music was ultimately where he really made his mark. And I
And
mean,
he
how
would sit
much?
over there and compose, and I would sit over here and copy and learn the parts.
I mean, how many hours a day was he composing? Would you say half the day?
Um, if we had a gig coming up, it was, every waking hour. If we didn't, it was none. Like it was either on or off.
I mean, that's what people don't realize with composition. It's just outside of the ideas, just the just time consumption, just to make parts, just to all the shit, and then of course editing it. Yeah, it's not like the first time it's put down to paper. It's like there aren't any mistakes. I mean, just simple things like what would be the equivalent of like not crossing a T or something.
Yeah.
And I mean, just people just don't realize, and then that takes time. It just takes your whole life. With serious through composers, I just don't think people realize it. Like, how did Franz Liszt or any of these guys? How did they have the time to do it all? I don't even get it.
And he did it on paper, you know.
Yes, exactly,
And
exactly.
even with, I mean, he did it before the software, but even with the software, you don't really hear what it's going to sound like until
Right,
it's played, you know.
right.
That was why he revised everything so much, because he'd hear it, you know.
Yep. Well, I mean, that's why composers, yeah, they would when there's a premiere, they'd be at all those rehearsals, and they would come back with notes, and they would change shit all the
Yeah.
time. It's like that ain't working.
Yeah, constantly.
Did you guys go to concert music performances that often when in New York together?
Yeah. Yeah. He would get invited to things.
Who were some of his for the more modern guys? Who were some of his and your um, heroes or influences? Like say post 1910.
Well, Philip Glass and Steve Reich, obviously.
Obviously, those guys. Yep.
And um,
Was he friends with those guys?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, and then because minimalism, but he also explores maximalism. I mean, did he like the whole Darmstadt school guys? I mean, did he like Boulez? Did he like
Yeah.
serialism? So he just liked the masters.
He wasn't as into serialism, but but yeah, the minimalists and
What
yeah,
about Alvin Lucier and Robert Ashley and those guys?
yeah.
So he wrote LOs with everyone. Okay. Um, so basically, let's talk about this piece, which, by the way, this performance coming up. Um, it also happens to be the celebration of Chick Corea's birthday in Lincoln Center the same day. And
Oh,
I was thinking earlier, I was like, hey, maybe we'll run into Chick Corea in the hall. I was like, oh wait, I forgot he passed away.
uh,
I just a couple of years ago. Well, I first of all, I want to thank you. This will be the first time I ever performed in Lincoln Center, so it's something to check off. But I'm looking forward to it. Oh, one technical question, because you know, I have this amp that fits into all the requirements. It's a 12-inch driver, and it's 150 watts. It's a solid, just one of those little GKs, but it's pretty powerful. That should be good enough, right? Because I want to take the fucking subway. I don't want to deal with any of that stuff.
yeah, that should be fine.
Cool. Um, how did you go about this? I mean, was it a grant, or did you just cold call Lincoln Center? How did you get this realized?
Um, Adam Shore from
Oh yeah.
Blackened Music, he wanted to do the 25th anniversary.
Yep.
And I had been wanting to do this piece since, since Glenn passed. And so we had worked together before on quite a few gigs. And so he was the one who contacted Lincoln Center.
And
Um, he was contacting different venues and he figured he'd throw a Hail Mary at Lincoln Center and they said yes.
like, yeah. So you were involved with the premiere, which happened at the World Trade Center 3 months prior to the destruction of the World Trade Center.
Yes.
Weird.
Symphony number 13 on June 13th.
Oh my God. You guys cursed it. Oh no. So what was that like? How did that go over? What was the reception? What was the experience like?
That was a whirlwind because the whole process was 5 weeks. He wrote it. I copied it on paper because at the time I didn't know Encore, which was the program he used. I contacted the musicians. I bailed it through postal mail. It was a whirlwind.
Holy shit. And you realized it was, I mean, did it go over as well as you thought? Were there things like, oh, I got to change? Were things changed afterwards?
Yes, the whole thing was changed. The whole piece was rewritten afterwards. Because when he was first commissioned to write the piece, it wasn't his idea to do 100 guitars. It was the Lower Manhattan Cultural Council. In fact, they wanted 200 guitars, and he talked them down to 100. And he wrote it as if he was writing one of his 9 guitar pieces because he thought it would be muddy. But when he heard it, he realized, this is my orchestra. He'd been wanting to write for orchestra
Totally.
and didn't have, opportunities to. So he rewrote it as an orchestral piece.
So, for the audience, because I've seen the score and I'm going to be doing it, as I said, how do you contain, every amp is different. Every guitar has a different output. How do you contain what can easily be an out of control monster? You kind of want to express that kind of thing, but how do you control and contain 100 guitars?
Well, I do a very careful sound check,
Yeah,
it's
of
all
course.
balanced. At one point I do let loose. You'll find
Sure,
out.
sure.
But yeah, that's do careful sound check and making sure people can read. Because
Well,
everybody who's playing it was recommended by somebody,
okay. Okay. I mean, that's the thing. The majority of electric guitar players out there can't read.
Yeah.
I mean, easily. And so I told you, I had people come up to me. It's like, how do I get in there? It's like, well, can you read? Nope. Well, done.
Yeah.
You can't do it.
Yeah, I rely on the prospect of looking like an ass yourself in front of 99 other people to
well,
people out. But
people can be arrogant or just totally delusional about what they actually can do. People they don't really see themselves clearly sometimes, unfortunately. So everyone was recommended. I only heard about it through Greg Fox, and I was like, I want to be part of this. Were you almost full, or no? were the bass chairs full at the time when I contacted you, or is it still being filled?
The bass chairs are full, but I'm putting more people in because some people aren't going to show up. Um, we've had some cancellations, but there's more than 100 people now.
Yeah. Okay. So these are for against the audience doesn't know this. There are two rehearsals
Yes,
that are going to be 10
10
to
hours.
10-hour rehearsals. Oh boy. This is the this is how it is, folks. Um I think I'll need a chair. You know, when I did orchestral stuff on the double bass, I'd stand up, but I'm gonna need a chair for those
No,
rehearsals.
we'll be safe. We'll be seated.
We'll all be sitting. Yes, exactly. Um,
And for the performance, we have everybody sit.
so I'm just curious, when you were doing it the first time, was it coming together pretty easily, or was it like, oh boy, how do I contain this Bronco here? I mean, a lot of electric guitar players, even if they can read, don't have the orchestral rehearsal experience of just what that is with conductors and all that stuff. I mean, were there rockers who could read that were just kind of like deer in the headlights when you were first doing it?
Yeah, you're kind of stumbling after it, trying to keep up. And at the time, there weren't as many cues. We developed
Okay,
the conducting style
sure.
to count. I'll be counting every measure. And at the time, there were only tens, like every 10 measures, there were cues. This time, there will be every measure. Um, the first version wasn't quite as challenging as this version, I'll be honest.
Okay, yeah,
We did it in Montclair. It was when it started getting really challenging. And yeah, it is just kind of trying to keep up with it.
yeah. Do you practice your conducting in front of a mirror?
Not in front of a mirror, no.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I mean, practicing conducting, it's, I guess you do it to a recording and the score.
Yeah, or just to a metronome.
Okay, okay.
Because
All right.
the recording, I'm not sure if the recording is quite accurate.
Is that okay? Okay. That makes sense. So what are you anticipating in terms of potential hiccups? What are you preparing for in such a thing, or you don't even think about it, you just do it?
I don't even think about it. You can't predict.
Yeah.
I just do it.
So are you so now so when Glenn passed, you had to take on his life's work. It was in your hands suddenly.
Yeah.
And you've done all types of stuff, dealt with archives and all that stuff. This is your everyday at this point, right? I mean, you're going around the world, right? I mean, are you constantly, are people contacting you? Are you chasing institutions? I mean, what is managing a composer's life like?
Mostly people come to me.
Okay.
When I go to them, it doesn't seem to work. But yeah, people come to me. I get a lot of licenses for like films, uh,
Oh,
things like that, or dance pieces.
yeah. Usually works when people do come to you. As my friend said, when you're trying to cold solicit gigs, sometimes it's like asking someone at the bus stop to be your best friend.
Yeah.
They're it's like, oh, I don't feel this. I'm not this pathetic, I swear. But yeah, that's just how it is. So, Reg, I mean, besides that, and I see we've done gigs together, and I've seen your solo stuff, and you pop up every now and then. How much of your own music or your own performance are you doing on any given year? I mean, it was the pandemic kind of fucked my shit up.
Yeah.
I don't know if did you not come back out of that like I got to do this, or you just what's your relationship with performing yourself?
It varies to the extreme. The last year or so, I haven't played live solo as much. I just wasn't getting them. But I was building instruments and I was putting this together, and so, you know, it just varies.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because you're a workaholic and you like being busy, which which is good, but also, getting out there and realizing your stuff is important for musicians, and not everyone. I mean, Cecil Taylor, I know he wouldn't, well, he would charge a lot, but he would just rather be at home practicing unless you're paying him. I think it was $60,000. It was his was his fee by the end of his life. Um, so we have this. After this is done, what's next?
Well, like I said, I built instruments. I got a grant from the FCA to build um harmonics guitars based on Glenn's design from the 80s. And I did some variations on the design. So when this is over, I'm going to be recording that. I did a Kickstarter to release Glenn's Symphony No. 4 on CD, and that is at the replication plant right now. And I will be mailing those out to the backers after this gig, because it should be, hopefully it'll arrive by the gig and I'll have some for sale there.
Sure.
And then I'm working on another solo record. Probably got about 7 or 8 pieces written for another solo record. So,
right. Wow. Okay. So, I mean, where did you get your luthier skills from? I mean, have you been, were you a
YouTube.
tinkerer? What's that?
YouTube.
Oh, okay. So that, I mean, that's awesome. You're just like, okay, I can do this. And so is it a different, explain this guitar, explain what's going on there.
It's basically a 2x4 with pickups on it and bridges. And it's designed to bring out the higher order harmonics.
But that, when you say design, I mean, besides tuning, what's going on with the design?
It's got a third bridge.
Yep.
And I play it on one side, the pickups on the other.
Yep.
So it dampens the fundamental, and you get more of the higher harmonics.
Yep.
And then I'm doing the math to mark off where the harmonics are, because there's a mathematical formula.
Yeah. I mean, that's how that works. Did Glenn tinker with synthesizers at all? Was he like a big program? No, not his thing.
No. He built specially designed harpsichords, microtonal harpsichords, but not synthesized.
So what was yours and his gateway to get to concert music, serious through composed concert music? I mean, how did Glenn arrive to that? I mean, was it just out of curiosity, or was he a fan of it, or he was developing his own thing and then kind of stumbled into it? What happened?
He was always a fan of, well, he was a fan of all things 60s, and he didn't distinguish between minimalism and psychedelic rock and blue note jazz. It was all of a piece to him. So that was his.
Yeah. And that was the spirit of New York at that time. I mean, yeah. Supposedly Martin Rev from Suicide, he claims, and I don't see why it wouldn't be true, he has demos of him and Tony Williams. They were considering making a band.
Oh.
Yeah. So just the collision of all these worlds.
Yeah.
Underground rock, jazz, obviously concert music. Right. And then, of course, what did
performance art and theater and visual art, and
what did Glenn think of rap?
His taste in rap was kind of old, as is mine, but he liked Public Enemy, and he liked yeah.
Okay, all right. Who's your favorite rap artist?
Probably Public Enemy.
Probably Public Enemy.
I'm an old lady.
I ran into Chuck D at JFK once, and ended up hanging out with him at, like, I don't know what it was, the fucking Buffalo Wild Wings or something, having a fucking drinks, or I had a drink. I can't remember if he drank, and it turns out because Chuck D knows all about the no wave. He knows shit. I mean, he really knows shit. And what surprised me was his sense of humor, but then it makes sense. Because I always thought, there's Flavor Flav, and then the serious guy, Chuck D, was like, no, he worked with Flavor Flav. Of course he has a sense of humor. Yeah. So how often uh did Glenn have to travel and I mean how at what rate were these pieces coming out and being realized?
Um, that also varied. But we would, tr as far as how often we would travel, there would be like 2 or 3 trips a year. Um, so there was a lot of downtime also in between. We would go for a week or a couple weeks at a time.
Did you ever go to Japan with him?
No, no, I never got to go to Japan.
Okay. I don't know why I thought that, but I was just thinking I
I
could
think
imagine.
he had,
Okay.
but
So basically, you're just constantly doing that. What about your own, besides improvising, are
I
you,
don't, I'm not much of an improviser, actually.
so when I've seen you playing, it was never improvised.
If you saw me play with Mark Edwards, it was
That
improvised.
was improvised.
Saw me play solo, it wasn't.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, I was thinking maybe it was like in you had a general thing that you knew was you were going to do, but I didn't know to what level of actual, every single note being designed. I actually didn't know. Sounded like that. It could be either way, but there was definitely intention and there was design. I just didn't know. Do you notate that stuff, or do you actually have like charts? Like, how do you do your pieces?
It depends. I do write them down in some way. Not all
Okay.
of them are staff notation, but I do, write them down.
Did you play jazz at all ever when you were a
At
student?
Berkeley, yeah.
Okay. You learned. Okay. Who did you study with there?
Um, I don't remember my teachers' names.
That's funny. Obviously had a massive impact. I'm trying to think who was there, like Rick Peckham or something like that, or
He was there. I never, it
Mick
was
Goodrick.
hard. Those guys were there, but it was really hard to get lessons with them.
Right, because there's like fucking like 1,000 guitar students.
Yeah.
Who here's one. Give me your top in no particular order, handful of game changer electric guitar players in your mind for you. Who are your gateways?
Um, hmm. Well, Glenn, obviously.
Well, that goes without saying.
Um, Arto Lindsay,
Sure,
Robert Fripp,
sure,
Reeves, I mentioned already.
sure,
Pat Place, Lydia.
sure.
Yeah.
And she, she's not here right now, but she was just telling me on the road the amount of people. She was talking. I think we were talking about Stephen O'Malley or something, who went up to her that go up to her and say, "Your guitar playing completely influenced me," and she's like, "What? What do you mean?"
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, Robert Quine.
Yeah. Robert Quine. Um, outside of experimental music, Randy Rhoads.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. Were you a Hendrix person?
Yeah.
Of course.
Of
Of
course.
course. What about Eddie Van Halen?
Yeah. I mean, when
I
I
mean,
was,
no, I mean, I always say that. It's like, even if people view maybe a style as cliche, there is definitely pre Eddie Van Halen and post Eddie Van Halen. I mean, he invented a thing and it was pretty imaginative,
I mean, for people our age, he's almost too obvious to say. He's like
right?
his pictures next to guitar player in the dictionary. It's like,
Did you see Randy Rhoads or Ozzy growing up?
no, that I was a little kid.
I don't fucking know. Yeah, but when I was a little kid, I forced my dad to take me to rock concerts. I was like, let's go. He's like, okay.
And you were
Um, yeah,
6.
totally. Or 7. I think 7 was my first pop rock concert. I was,
My parents thought rock music was the devil when I was that young. So,
oh, you grew up in a fairly religious family,
yeah,
so there's no joke there. They seriously thought that.
I seriously thought that. Yeah.
Do you have a lot of anger towards religion?
I wouldn't say anger, but
Yeah. I mean, rock is for rock and roll is for children. It's amazing that
it is. Yeah.
people are so. I mean, when you look at Ozzy Osbourne now, you're like, this threaten people? Like,
Yeah.
it's ridiculous. Like, boo! Oh my god. So, all right. So, yeah, Randy Rhoads. And then I guess being an electric guitar player in the 80s, I mean, it's like hard rock, heavy metal. I mean, of course, that's what you're checking out. What was your first step out of pop culture music and into more experimental or just more, I don't know.
I think it's probably seeing the Residents on Night Flight. Um,
Okay.
Residents, and where I lived at the time, I lived in, I'm originally from Ohio. We moved to Connecticut when my parents split up. But in the suburbs, like, I couldn't even find their records. Like, I could see them on TV, but I couldn't find their records anywhere. It wasn't until I moved to Boston that I could actually, buy them.
It's so interesting. They're on TV and yet they didn't have great distribution. But
Not where I lived.
yeah, not where you lived. I mean, we're in Connecticut.
Berlin, right in the center of the state.
So near Hartford?
Yeah, near Hartford.
Okay. So yeah, you're kind of like halfway between New York and Boston. So it wasn't like, hey, just get on a commuter rail and go into the city for a day and find stuff. So
Yeah.
and so you go to Boston, and so the residents are your who are the who are, it's supposed to be secret about who's in the residence and different times. I've heard that Elliot Sharp did some stuff with them, but
I
I
don't
don't
think.
know. I don't think so. Someone was trying to tell me that, but I don't think so. All right, so the residence, which led you to what?
Um, well, I guess when I moved to Boston in 91, so like music kind of changed in 91. And so then it was Primus and that whole scene,
Yeah,
And so once I was there, I was exposed to everything.
yeah, because anything that was touring was coming through.
Yeah. And
What
of
did
course, like the stuff like Jesus Lizard and Danny Gava and like that whole scene was happening in the 90s.
and definitely like Florida satanic death metal. So I don't know if you were checking that stuff out, but like Morbid Angel and Obituary, those that starts coming touring the country
Yeah.
in around that time, 89, 90, 91. I don't know if you ever checked that stuff out at the time. Um, all right, so then you're going and checking that out. You're learning jazz, but are you going to jazz shows at all?
Not so much. I wasn't as into jazz.
It didn't grab you exactly. So
There
then
was
you
a firewall between rock and jazz at Berkeley. I mean, you had to learn the jazz for class, but the two scenes among the students, there was a firewall.
was there ever a jazz guitar, rock guitar Royal Rumble? Like, did you ever see? Did you ever see some real feuding, philosophical disagreements turn fighting?
No, they just mostly ignored each other.
Interesting. And when you were there, was it 10, 15% women?
That much?
Whoa! No, I mean that was always a thing. I was like,
Yeah, no, it was very male when I was there. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's like, and what is that? I don't. It's just. And did you cross with the New England Conservatory folks, or was there like a kind of a, or were those really separate worlds?
Those were more separate at the time than they are now. The two schools have merged now, but they you
Have they
could
actually
take
literally
classes,
merged?
huh?
Have they literally merged?
Yeah,
I did not know that.
yeah, they have. But at the time, like you could take classes at both if you were in one or the other, or at Emerson. Um, but the two schools hadn't merged yet.
I mean, I remember going because I went to UMass Amherst, and I remember going to certain performances at New England Conservatory just because there'd be like new music. Again,
Boston Conservatory.
New England Conservatory.
Okay. But Boston Conservatory is the one that merged with Berkeley.
That's when I merged. Yeah, I forgot about there was a Boston Conservatory. Yeah, well, New England Conservatory. Well, that makes sense. Boston would merge. There'd be a bunch of new music pieces being played, like, or just see like Messiaen or something. There'd be some kind of concert. I just couldn't see that stuff anywhere else. Why do you think um, people, a lot of people don't like a lot of new music in Boston? I always found like it was kind of conservative. What do you think that's about?
I don't know, but yeah, you're right. It is kind of small C conservative, you know.
When Mingus, there's a famous concert when he was in Boston. He really mean. He goes, I have a residency for the next couple of days, and I'm only going to play Dixieland because Boston never got beyond it. I, I wish I fucking saw that him doing Dixieland sets. It's probably pretty badass. But yeah, definitely Boston and New England, they have the number one medieval and Renaissance ensembles in the country. Then, here we go. Like, I don't know what there's real stick in the mud. I don't know what that's about. And who was it? It might have been Charles Warren or one of these new music composers was like, when people complain, musicians, not the audience, when musicians complain about new music being hard or you can't do this and that, in Western music, there is no harder music to play than late stage romanticism. This is like takes such a heroic effort to play, like as I was saying earlier, Liszt or any of that, or any of that stuff. It's not that hard to play. I mean, you have to practice, of course, but it's not that hard to play. I just think people can't. I think they can't wrap their heads around it. They don't know how to even approach it. So when you're going to be conducting, yes, I'm just curious. There's interpretation, and then there's obviously the technical stuff. You're saying what were you saying? Every 10 measures in the premiere, you would what? Do a downbeat,
Yeah,
and now you're gonna do every measure. Why were they doing every 10 measures?
it was just easier to cue. It was just I mean, you'll see when I cue it, I count every measure, with my hands. And then for 9, I put my hand up and bring it down on 10. And so at the time he was just doing the 10.
Oh, okay. So who am I? Are you going to announce some of the participants on this plug episode here? And by the way, folks, there are still tickets for sale. Again, it's June.
Are there?
Well, I thought there was. Maybe there aren't.
They might be, as far as I know, they're gone, but they might be releasing more. I don't know.
Gone. Well, I'm still going to plug the date. Yeah, June 12th, Lincoln Center at the David Geffen Hall, which is a nice one, and it will be Glenn Branca's Hallucination City Symphony number 13 Friday night. Yeah, it's gonna be fucking packed. Are you kidding me? And people are traveling to see it.
I think you can watch it from the lobby. I think they'll have screens out there. I don't know what the sound's going to be like, but
well, even from the lobby, you're gonna hear that shit.
yeah.
How loud is it gonna be?
I hope it's loud. We'll see.
Yes, exactly.
I'll check.
It's gonna be a cyborg beehive. That will decapitate you. It's going to be an experience. I'm psyched to be in the middle of it. Any name dropper names besides me and you that might be
It's not
cool?
too many names, honestly.
Interesting.
Yeah, everybody was either busy or doesn't read.
Right. Well, I got it, Reg. I have to admit, and what I got to work on is my pick technique. I'm a finger player, so I got to kind of really get that going. So the strumming stuff, I got to really. This is a great opportunity for me to work on my pick technique.
Yeah.
It
makes you a better player, I have to say, playing this thing. It does.
Yes. So this is a good opportunity for me. I want to be part of this. I'm psyched to be part of it. I want to thank you for letting me be part of this. I'm psyched to be working with you and seeing you. I don't think I've seen you since the pandemic in person.
Yeah.
What planet am I on? It's all a blur.
In fact, I think Retrovirus was the first show I saw after the pandemic.
Well, that's
I
right.
think it was the last show I saw before the pandemic as well.
Well, that makes sense. That was the last tour I had before the pandemic. We just come back from Australia, and we just made it back, and then like a week or so later, the whole world's shut down. Yay. Hopefully that doesn't happen again with Ebola. It seems like that's not really being contained that well, because, well, this is a self-inflicted wound at this point. We cut everything, but that's a whole other story for another time. Reg Bloor, it was a pleasure to have you, and it's great to see you. I'm very much looking forward to seeing you next week. I'm psyched to be part of this. This is going to be amazing, and this is the Lydian Spin. I don't even know what episode it is. It's 300 and something, but we're gonna get this out and we're gonna plug this shit out of it. And I'm psyched to see you on the other side, Reg. So thanks for doing this, and thanks for existing and making this being possible. Thanks for existing.
Thank you for playing.